What's up, everyone? What's my name? Got it. What's up, everyone? It's RealAndreaCao, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to disengage your horse's hindquarters both close up and at a distance. First of all, why would you even want to teach this to your horse? In short, it's an extremely important exercise that can literally save your life. Think about it. A horse that's facing you can't kick you, and when he has his hind legs crossed and his back disengaged, he's moving his motor away from you. Disengaging his hind means that you're crossing his back legs and putting him off balance, and an off-balance horse can't buck, bolt, or kick. You are essentially gaining control of your horse's movement and being able to stop it or shut it down at any time. In addition, notice how your horse's front has to face you when he moves his hind away from you. This is so awesome because it teaches respect and keeps you safe. Alright, without further ado, let's jump into this. So to begin, I start by always desensitizing the horse to the tool. I'm using a clinician stick to keep a distance, but you can definitely teach this exercise with the end of a lead rope. Just make sure it has a weighted end and popper and is at least 14 feet so you have room to bend your horse's head around. I find that the Andrea equine clinician leads are the perfect tool for every situation. As mentioned in my previous video, desensitizing prevents our horses from anticipating before we give them a cue. Once he's comfortable with that, I start by giving my first cue, which is a change in body language. I crouch down and exaggerate it at first to help him understand. If he doesn't move, I'll start by tapping the air. After a few seconds, if he still doesn't move, I'll very gently start tapping his hind. I'll slowly escalate the pressure until he does the right thing. In this case, I'm looking for his hind foot on my side to pass in front of his outside hind foot, while keeping his front inside foot pivoting. I know it sounds complicated, but trust me, just watch it and you'll get the hang of it. We're using pressure and release to teach this, so in the beginning, once my horse takes just one good step, I'm returning to my normal stance and rewarding him with rest. Notice how I continuously desensitize his hindquarters to keep him from anticipating. Now, the one step is just to establish a starting point, and after your horse understands it, start asking for more steps. I escalate slowly until I can achieve a perfect 360, which is kind of the end goal of this particular exercise. Now that we've had progress on one side, it's time to switch to the other. I always treat my horse's left and right sides as two completely different horses, since they both have a different eye, experience, and physical ability. So we're starting from ground zero and just asking for one step, even though we've already achieved a 360 on the other side. Now, I know I've probably already bored you with the safety aspects of this exercise, but I really quickly just wanted to tie it into a real-world application that I find myself in pretty much every day. The first thing I do when in the pasture with new horses is to ask their hind to disengage and their front to face me. That way, they know I'm there and they can't kick me or be spooked. I've worked with many horses and I've never ever been kicked in my life. That's because I always read what they're telling me and prevent dangerous situations from ever happening. I chose Bob for this video series because he is an extremely fast learner, but I don't want you to go look at your own horses and expect the same kind of results or timeline as you see me achieving with Bob. I've gotten a relatively good 360 on both sides with Bob, but that by no means is a standard you need to follow with your horses. You need to assess your horse and really treat him as an individual and build a plan around him. For some horses, one or two really good steps may be an awesome quitting point for them. Now, let's start doing this from a distance. This should be more of a brush up and fine tuning rather than a full lesson because we've already done this in the round penning exercise. I'm going to start by crouching and looking at his hind, and then I'll tap the air with my stick. I'll release the pressure once he completely faces me straight. If he does it halfway or crooked, I will keep the pressure until he tries fully. This will really come in handy once we start the lunging exercise.